The protesters who threw red paint at Barclays Bank should beware, particularly because in Bristol, the Barclays Bank was also the Barclays Bank protest was not only red painting, but also shattered glasses, shattered windows. And a woman has just been jailed for 10 months for cracking windows at JP Morgan's office in London. This was to protest at the bank's role in providing financing to the fossil fuel industry. This is a person called Amy Pritchard. She's become the first person to be jailed for a campaign where climate protesters target banks across London, and her jail sentence was slightly reduced because of overcrowding in jails, but nevertheless, she and 4 women from the Extinction Rebellion group were found guilty of criminal damage after protesting in September 2021 when they stuck stickers to JP Morgan's bank in Victoria, and that read, "In case of emergency, break glass," and then they cracked 3 windows. The bank said that the damage was worth £306,000. They explained they had no plan to cause damage, and they took action in the early morning to avoid risking injuring anybody in the bank or any customers, but they were nevertheless given suspended sentences, told to carry out unpaid work in the communities. All 5 have lodged appeals, and one of them, Pritchard, who was very tearful, was given a prison sentence. She said this will erode the foundations of our economies, livelihoods, food security, law and order, health and quality of life worldwide. JP Morgan, more than any other bank, has fueled this crime against humanity. The judge, Silas Reed, recognized that her views were genuine, but said that they weren't a mitigating factor in her actions. And the lawyers have warned that activists face a judicial and a legislative clampdown on activism across the UK, including, on the one hand, the governmental legislation that restricts protests, and also judicial decisions that are going to imprison and challenge protesters who are caught. Pritchard was also jailed last year by the same judge after being found in contempt of court after breaching rules about not mentioning climate crisis in front of the jury, and because she was part of one of the roadblock things where she glued herself to the road. The other people who were found guilty of breaking windows, Stephanie Ayet, Pamela Bellinger, Adelheid Russelberger, Rosemary Webster, and this is not something new. Last year, some women broke windows in Barclays Bank on Canary Wharf, and an HSBC. They were acquitted. Not so now. So people who are smashing bank windows, people who are throwing paint at bank windows, I think need to observe what is happening in the courts and beware and prepare themselves for a prison sentence, incarceration. That is the price of protest.